Hello, BookTube. I thought while I had the camera set up, I would make an extra video of a slightly more niche, slightly more localized interest, since it's Wednesday, and Wednesday in America is New Comic Book Day. And that's a largely empty distinction for me anymore. I don't usually buy monthly comics these days. Uh, the big, sprawling, multi-issue events have started to bore me in both companies, and uh, the my taste for DC Comics, the home of Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, all that, are they're doing A-list game with reprints. They're doing big omnibus volume collected editions and really nice paperback reprint volumes with newly commissioned cover artwork, and that's doing it for me. That's actually enough for me, so that I'm not really craving their monthly issues. And as far as Marvel Comics, the home of the Fantastic Four and the X-Men and Spider-Man, Marvel Comics monthly issues are all but incomprehensible to me. The company has undergone some sort of weird transformation that I don't understand at all, and that's left them publishing nothing that I want to buy. Thor is a woman. Spider-Man is a industrialist, a multi-billionaire industrialist douchebag. Iron Man is a woman. The Hulk is not Bruce Banner anymore. He's happy to be the Hulk. There's no Fantastic Four anymore. Marvel Comics doesn't publish Fantastic Four anymore. None of Marvel Comics makes any sense to me, so I don't read those issues either. And that means that New Comic Book Day isn't the bonanza for me that it once was. I mainly look just to see what the new graphic novels are, so that I can then go either to their respective publishers and ask for them, or I can go to Barnes & Noble, where eventually those same graphic novels will show up, only I have an employee discount at Barnes & Noble, so it's a chunk off. But last month, I saw a new comic, number one, a first issue, at the local comic shop, and I got it because it intrigued me. And I wasn't expecting anything from it. I was expecting it to stink. And it was really good. And today, on New Comic Book Day, I found the second issue. And it was also tremendous. So the first issue wasn't a fluke. So I want to recommend it to those of you who might be the least bit interested. And believe it or not, it's not from Marvel or DC. It's from Boom Studios, a startup comic book company that I'd never heard of before. And it is... I can't believe I'm saying this, but I calls them like I sees them. It is an ongoing comic book adaptation of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. The title of the comic is called Go Go Power Rangers, because Boom Studios apparently does a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers comic separate from this that I didn't know about. I came on board with the first issue of Go Go Power Rangers, which was last month. And it's a comic book adaptation of the classic original American incarnation of the show, which, being a 90s kid, I just love. And I don't want any of you Weisenheimers saying that I'm referring to the 1890s. Okay? the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the five teenagers who say it's morphin time and for some odd reason transform it into that original incarnation of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. The show has had many, many incarnations, and also a recent movie that I thought didn't get a fair shake from the critics. But when I saw the first issue, which was very much, the first issue was very much like this, where the cover has no dramatics and not even eyes, where we're just getting each of the first five covers is, I assume, going to be just a close-up of each of the five teenagers. And I'm assuming, since that is true, the first five issues will probably comprise the first story arc, and maybe later a graphic novel. But it's the exact story of who these kids are, their relationships, and then their gaining superpowers and being essentially drafted into this ongoing celestial battle between the good guys and the bad guys. And I wanted to recommend it because it's smart and funny and really well done. It's well written and it's well drawn. The writing is by Ryan Parrott, and the artwork is by Dan Mora. Let me see if I can show you. Dan Mora he's very good at just the ordinary high school stuff, and he's also very good at the action scenes, at the otherworldly stuff. Let's see if I can get you one of those. It's morphin' time. I didn't expect it to be good. I expected it to be pure nostalgia, and it is really good. So if you watched the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and love them and want a comic book that captures that ethos but is still smart, you really can't go wrong with these first 2 issues. I'm sure that your comic shop will still have issue number 1. And if you're a parent, that was the thing I really liked about this Boom Studios thing here, is that this adaptation of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers can easily be read by an adult and a kid, with both of them being satisfied, which is a trick that a lot of current merchandise thinks is impossible. They think it's not possible to do that. Of course it's possible to do that. You just need to be good. That's all. You don't actually need to signal that your product is for adults by having a character beheaded. that isn't the way. Anyway, believe it or not, I am going to recommend this as a comic book that if you go to your comic shop and you want to contribute, if you buy it, I predict you will like it, especially if you watched the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. If you did, you're going to love this. But anyway, I want to just make a quick recommendation video. I'll go back to books now. Thank you, BookTube.